It's been another wild week in the world of AI. Claude Code's entire codebase was leaked. We have some very credible rumors about some exciting new things that are coming. Then we have some seemingly small updates that are actually huge quality of life improvements from pretty much every major AI company out there. We have a lot to talk about. My name is Paul J. Lipsky. Every week I make videos covering the AI news that you actually care about. We don't talk about coding, we don't talk about benchmarks. This is stuff that's actually going to make a difference in your life. So if that interests you, subscribe and let's get into it. Let's talk about the most shocking news first. Anthropic, the company behind Claude, accidentally made public the full source code for Claude Code. Now, this wasn't a hack. No cyber criminals broke in, so no user data has been exposed, like passwords or personal emails. This was human error. One of the employees there accidentally leaked it during a software update. So why does this matter? Well, what you could do is you can read through the entire source code if you want to, but I wouldn't suggest it. I'll just give you the biggest takeaways from it. First, this pulls back the curtain on how Claude Code works. Normally, companies, they like to keep their details about how they make their products private so that their competitors can't steal it. But now anyone, competitors, hobbyists, researchers, or just anyone who's curious, can study the exact blueprint. So that may allow other companies to advance quicker on any of their AI products because they can see exactly what Claude has done. Without a doubt, Claude is one of the major players right now, and they are advancing so quickly. And now part of what makes Claude so special has just been revealed publicly. So I think this will have ripple effects. The other reason you should care about this is because it is essentially revealed Anthropic's roadmap for the next few months. Some of the stuff that's been revealed seems really exciting. So here are the ones that really jumped out at me. There's something called Kairos. This is like background mode, essentially. Claude Code could keep working even when you're not actively using it. Like it could summarize your day's work overnight, fix small issues on its own, run scheduled tasks, or send you notification when something's done. It can do a lot of that already, but it seems like this is like a supercharged version of it. That's really exciting because the more that we can have AI working without our input, the more helpful it's going to be. There's also something called multi-agent mode, which would allow one Claude to create multiple sub-agents or smaller AIs that could all work together on different parts of a task to get it done faster and better. So that's really interesting to keep an eye on. There's also going to be improvements to background memory, voice capabilities, and better mobile integration. Now, all of the features that were leaked are about Claude Code. And even though those may not be relevant to you as a regular Claude user or a Claude Cowork user, a lot of times we do see these capabilities trickle down to things like Claude Code or, again, the regular Claude chat. So I wouldn't be surprised if we start to see all of those gain these capabilities as well. The source code also hinted at some potential new models. Now, we don't know if those were just internal names for existing models that are maybe just variations of those models, or if these are brand new. The most promising one is one called Mythos. This looks like it could be a potentially really powerful new model that will see huge jumps in areas like financial analysis, tool use, and coding. So what does this mean for real world implications for you and I? Well, honestly, at this point, not a lot. It's really just giving us a glimpse into what might come next. But a lot of these companies, they do a ton of internal testing on lots of different features and models that never end up coming out publicly. So just because something was in that source code doesn't mean we are ever going to see it. And if a really powerful model like this does come out, it's probably going to be extraordinarily expensive and not really usable for regular people. It may just be for more of enterprise and business use. Now, believe it or not, that is not the only rumor we have from Anthropic. It's also rumored that they are working on an always-on agent solution called Conway. What's interesting about this is that Conway can be triggered using something called webhooks. So in this example, you can see that when there's a Slack notification, the agent can start working. That's awesome because right now I have on a schedule every few hours, my Claude cowork checks my Gmail for new messages. But it's going to be great if every time I receive a new Gmail message, then Conway can start getting to work on it because that triggers it and turns it on and tells it to get to work. That could be a total game changer. I think it would really make a big difference in the way that we use AI. Of course, none of this matters if we can't even use Claude because we keep hitting our limits with it. If you're a Claude user, I'm sure you know that what makes it a little different from like Gemini is that you have limits with it. You have limits with all AI plans, but you really feel them with Claude. And you're only able to use it for a certain amount every day and every week. And once you hit your limits, you have to wait for them to reset. Now, recently, over the past few weeks, people have been saying that they've been hitting their limits much faster than they should, like after just a couple of questions to Claude. All this has been reported to Anthropic. They said they were taking it seriously and looking into it. And they eventually said they came back, they investigated it, and they basically found that Claude was acting and working exactly as it should. And this was all user error, basically. They said if you want to make sure you don't hit your limits, you should use it during off-peak hours. You should stick with Sonnet and don't use Opus, which is a stronger model, and turn off thinking and reset your chats so that you don't use longer context windows. And this was really frustrating to a lot of people because people were using Claude one way a few weeks ago and it worked perfectly fine. And they're using it the same way now and they're hitting their limits in just a couple of minutes sometimes. So this was not the answer people were looking for. It's extremely frustrating. I don't know how this is all going to shake down eventually, but a lot of people are reporting that Claude is basically unusable for them because they keep hitting their limits so quickly. Now, I'm going to be making an entire video on this soon, talking about how to make sure you get the most out of your Claude plan and you don't hit your limits too quickly. But I will say that for me, it's been very manageable. I tend to run Claude on Sonnet most of the time and only use Opus, which is their strongest model, for just a few tasks, the really important ones. And doing that has made it very manageable, and I don't usually hit my limits every week. Moving along, still more Claude code more Claude updates. This one is that now Claude Cowork and Claude Code Desktop is now available on Windows. It was previously only available on Mac. And Claude now connects to Microsoft 365, which means you can connect Outlook, OneDrive, and SharePoint. I know a lot of people were asking for Claude to connect with Outlook, and finally it can. Yeah, so a lot of news this week out of Anthropic, whether it was on purpose or not. But let's move away from the drama now and just talk about some fun new updates and exciting updates to Google AI and Gemini. The first one is to Google Flow. I know a lot of people aren't familiar with this, but this is included with Google Pro and Ultra subscriptions. It may be available on the cheaper plans as well. And this is like an all-in-one video and image suite. So of course you can create images and videos with Gemini, but this kind of unlocks a lot of possibilities. I'll probably make a whole video on it soon. But the big update this week is that under the video generation models, we now have Veo 3.1 Lite. This is a cheaper and faster model, and it's still really good. I mean, check this out. Like, it's a decent model, and the point of this is that you can mock up a design. So I might make this video with Veo 3.1 Lite, and then once I get it right and sort of storyboard it, then I can use a better video generation model like Veo 3.1 quality for the final product. Before I show you the next update to Flow, let's hear from today's sponsor, i10X. If you're sick of trying to keep up with all these new AI models that come out and you just want access to all of them in one place, that is what i10X is for. Inside the chat here, you're not just limited to the models made by one company like OpenAI. You get access to OpenAI's models, Google's models, xAI, Anthropic, DeepSeek, and zAI, all within one platform. And if you're not sure which model to use, you can use Auto and it will automatically select the best model based on the prompt that you give it, or you can jump into Chat Arena. And this allows you to choose two different models, send one prompt, and see which reply you like better. There are also some more advanced tools like Deep Research, which takes advantage of Perplexity Sonar Pro, and you can chat with PDFs, so you can upload long documents and be able to extract information from them and chat with it. There's also image generation built in, again, using top models like Image 1.5, Nano Banana, and Nano Banana Pro, and video generation using Sora models, Kling, Google Veo 3.1, all the best models. They've just added some more advanced features like agent builders and automations, which include these workflows that will take action in one app after a trigger is set by another app. So this will allow the connection between two different apps that previously couldn't talk to one another. And all of this is powered by AI. Right now, i10X starts at just $8 a month with annual billing, or $10 a month if you pay month to month. That includes 5,000 uses of basic models, 200 uses of advanced models, and 2,500 credits for things like the reasoning models and image and video generation. But for just $17.50 a month, you get unlimited use of basic models, unlimited use of advanced models, and 7,500 credits for image and video generation. If you want to try it out for yourself, a link for it will be in the description down below, along with a coupon code to get an additional 10% off. And thank you, i10X, for sponsoring this video. The next update to Flow is to their tool called Ingredients. Now, if you've never used this before, this allows you to upload multiple images. So here I uploaded an image of a man, then here this umbrella, and these are used as ingredients for the video. So the video will have this man using this umbrella. That has always existed, but now there's a new ingredient, which is voice. So now you can choose what your character is going to sound like. And this is such a better improvement, because in the past, a lot of times the voice wouldn't match the character and it sounded really bad, but now you can get it perfect.
Ridiculous. Doesn't it ever stop? Seems not, old boy. I should have stayed in tonight.
So really great that they added that, so now you can choose exactly what your character sounds like. Moving along now to more free Google AI updates. This one was announced about a month ago, but it's currently rolling out for Google AI Ultra subscribers in the US. It's their new Inbox Zero, what do they call it? AI Inbox. So this is what your inbox will soon look like. At the top, it's going to transform your emails into to-do list items, and then you'll even have this catch-up section right here. So at a glance, you're going to be able to see exactly what you need to know based on all the emails that you've received. I don't have access to this yet, even though I have a Google AI Ultra account, so hopefully I will soon, and if I do, I'll make a video on that. In addition to that, if you are on a Pro plan, you used to just have 2 terabytes of storage that was included with your Pro subscription. Now it's 5, and it doesn't cost anything extra. It's still $20 a month. So you just got an additional 3 terabytes of storage absolutely for free. And scrolling down here a little bit more, you'll notice that you now get Google Home Premium Standard, which used to cost $10 a month, completely for free as well. So lots of new free stuff for Google AI Pro subscribers. Next, you may have heard people mentioning this past week that Google released something called Gemma 4. This is an open model that you can run on your own computer or even your own phone. So it's really small. It's an AI model that can exist completely on your device and never has to talk to the cloud or any other company. Now, you're not going to want to use this over something like Gemini for day-to-day tasks because Gemini is just so much better, but it is worth just knowing about because as time goes on, we're going to see these local models, as they're called, getting stronger and stronger, and we're going to see apps start to use them and be powered by them, and that will unlock a lot of privacy for you because you don't have to send your data to a cloud. So not going to change your life too much today, but it is something to sort of just be aware of. But something you could start using today is Google Vids. They just had a big new update. You can now do video generation with Veo 3.1 in there totally for free. I'm willing to bet, though, you've never heard of Google Vids. Most people haven't. And this is a really incredible free Google AI tool. In fact, I'm making an entire video about it that I'm going to release tomorrow. So definitely keep an eye out for that video and subscribe so that you don't miss it, because this, I think, is one of the most underrated free Google AI tools out there. So definitely check out that video when it comes out tomorrow. Recently, Google Maps announced a new feature called Ask Maps, and it is now officially available for everyone in the United States and in India. If you haven't tried this yet, I really suggest that you do. It is so nice. So instead of just a basic search inside of Google Maps like we've had in the past, you can now ask it questions and the AI is going to find answers for you and help you navigate based on what it finds. So you can say something like, I have someone in my party who's a vegan, someone who's gluten-free, and someone who only eats meat. Find me a restaurant that will work for all of us, and it will be able to find one for you and then start directing you how to get there. A lot of really cool use cases for Ask Maps. It's one of those features that, it's not flagship, like it's not Gemini, right? But like this is why we want AI, to make our lives easier, and having it in Maps just makes so much sense. Then we have another update from Google that isn't directly related to AI, but is indirectly. You can now change your Gmail address. You're not stuck with the one that you've had for 10 years that you made when you were in college. You can now update it. And if anyone sends your old email address an email, you'll still get it. But now you have a new email address tied to your same account. And then finally, ChatGPT is now available in Apple CarPlay. And this is, I think, really cool. I honestly haven't been using ChatGPT all that much recently because I've been loving Gemini and Claude Cowork and Perplexity and a lot of other tools. But this may get me to switch to it just for CarPlay and like when I'm driving, to be able to have a conversation with AI while I'm driving somewhere, being able to brainstorm something. That's pretty cool. I really hope that comes out for Gemini and Claude soon as well. Wow, so we had a lot of interesting updates from this past week. Let me know in the comments section down below which ones you are most excited for. Personally, I think the one that's going to have the biggest impact for me is Ask Maps in Google Maps. I mean, that's something that I could see myself using every single day. And also that one about Google Vids that I mentioned that I'm making a whole video on tomorrow. That is really impressive as well. But let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. Then if you enjoyed this, make sure to subscribe. I do an AI news update like this every single week. So if you want the AI news that actually matters, make sure to subscribe, and then I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.